So this is a group mind operation, right? And some of us are awake and some of us aren't awake. It seems that that's the case, but I'm not quite sure how to differentiate between the two. Like, what is required for someone to be considered awake? How do they live? What do they do? What do they think? What do they believe? Do they believe anything? And what does a person who is asleep do? Because generally, yeah, sure, I think we can all make the distinctions, but in reality, is it that all of us are awake sometimes and asleep others? Maybe some of us are awake more often than we're asleep? Or is it really that there are people who are awake and people who are asleep? Because to some extent, I'm afraid of saying that there's half of us who are awake and half of us who aren't, or maybe very few of us who are awake and a bunch of us who aren't. Because it makes it sound like there's some specific way to be awake, and that there's no disagreement among the people who are awake about what's best to do about the situation that they've realized. Because if the situation being realized, maybe that's what it means to be awake, that we understand that we're at a moment of crisis, of potentially great destruction, but at the same time great opportunity to change.